On today's episode of The Happy House, the Saturday or Sunday before school, we go through and we pick out what we're going to wear for the week. Tips for making homework easier and mornings go better. And then,
So you have 2 pieces of hair. You take the bottom one to the top,
okay,
and then you add a piece of hair to it.
quick and easy updos. Finally, fun and unique ways to show off your family memories. Stay tuned for The Happy House. I'm here with my friend Becky today.
Hello.
And we are going to talk about fun ways to manage all of the clutter and obligations that come with school time.
There's
right?
a lot, yes, a lot. You know, the biggest thing actually is really managing all the paperwork that comes in, the homework, the art projects, just everything that comes home with the kids.
I actually have a really good tip for that.
Okay.
Something I do in my own house. And I started it when my oldest was probably in first grade, which was a long time ago now. But we still use the system to this day, and it works really well. And what I did is I created an in and out bin at my house.
I love that. Okay,
So
tell me.
every day when my kiddos come home from school, they need to empty their backpacks and put any papers that I need to sign or address or anything that might require a check or anything like that, they need to put it in my in bin.
Got it, okay.
Then when I actually sign the papers and do whatever is required, I put it in the out bin for them to put back into their backpacks.
That's actually really simple and doable, I think.
So another thing we do every year for each school year is we start an accomplishment book. When they come home from school, if something really great has happened or they've had a great test, we simply write down the date, write what happened, and that way they can still remember that accomplishment, but you don't need that spelling test sitting around till the end of time.
Oh, okay. So you actually just write everything inside and
Yes.
keep the notebook.
Yes. If they had a really great day in gym or they made a new friend, anything like that can be written in the accomplishment book too. And it's very neat and doesn't take up a lot of space, but they still get to remember all those important things.
Do you do one per child? Or
Yes,
is it...
one per child.
Okay, got it. Perfect. Then you can have one for every year.
Yes. It's a great way to journal the school year.
Yeah, that's great.
Another great thing I like to do with my kids is have them keep a calendar so they know what's going on and what maybe to expect. I love this for younger children. It's this magnetic calendar that I actually purchased at Creative Kid Stuff. You basically put the date on the top. It can talk about their moods. It can talk about the weather. And then I have another magnetic board that I use under this one hanging on the wall, just a magnetic whiteboard that I use to put things on that I need my kids to do. So I have it divided in half. One side says to do, and then the other side says done. And as soon as they've put on their shirt or gotten dressed that day, they simply move it to the done side. So then they know every morning what it is they're going to have to do before it's time to go to school or go on any errands that you're going to do.
Perfect. Easy checklist.
Yes.
So the other challenge I have is all the stuff for homework. We've got pencils, we've got papers, everything, and finding the scissors, it never fails. We can't find them.
What I do for my kids, I put together a fresh homework caddy. And in my caddy, I have all the supplies I need to make sure homework gets done. And I like this size bin because you can actually move it to wherever you do the homework. So if you even need to, if you're at your dining room table or if they have a desk, but it's all portable and all contained. So first of all, I chose a container that is just the right size for fitting folders because typically kids have a back and forth folder that goes to school. So as soon as they come home after school, first they empty and put things in my in basket that I need to attend to, but then I have them put their folders in the homework bin so we know what has to be done that night. I also have a calendar so we can write down any kind of long-term assignments that we might need to get done and sort of chart our plan for working on those things. If they have a report that needs to get done, we record all of those things in here.
Okay.
So we know where we're at. Actually, I have something in here that you wouldn't expect to find in a homework bin necessarily.
Okay.
It is called a boogie board.
Ooh, okay, that looks exciting. My son is super techie.
It is. Let me show you how it works because it's actually pretty cool. It's a flat board and it looks kind of similar to an iPad. So kids who are techie might enjoy that.
So now you say techie, and I think it's expensive.
You know, actually, this is not going to break the bank. These boogie boards actually sell for about $39.99, so under $40. It's great in this homework bin, but really, it's great for travel. You can make lists. This is great for practicing spelling words. There's so many different things you can do with this that it's really worth the investment. And
let me try it out.
All right, here's the stylus.
All right. So I just write on it?
You just write on it.
All right. I love homework.
That's a really great inspirational message to put in here. And then what's really awesome about this is as soon as you press this erase,
Oh my gosh.
it goes away.
That's awesome. Okay, that would really help with
It's sort of like
practicing
a
our-
modern day, So instead of the 24 pack of crayons, which is typically what classrooms require, I've actually put this set of 100 crayons in here. So there's lots of fun colors for kids to choose from. And again, it makes homework an event or something special, especially if you sit down and do it with your child.
Yeah,
So,
even the container, my daughter would be all over that.
and then I have this jar of pencils, pens, highlighters, glue sticks, ruler, scissors, just some of the basic things you need.
This is really smart. Just a mason jar with a lid.
Yes,
off
this
of
is
it.
just a little
Okay.
mason jar, and it doesn't actually have the lid, so you can have taller items in here as well. And I've done that for my markers too.
Are these the smelly markers?
These are the smelly markers. So again, adding little treats to make
Oh.
homework even more fun.
That's a great idea.
And then I've got this rubber band ball.
Can I bounce it?
Well, sure. we hardly ever need rubber bands, but this, in addition to being useful for rubber bands, is really great for getting out the fidgets when you're doing
Oh,
homework.
yeah.
So having something for kids to handle.
It's the first thing I did when I grabbed it.
It's
yeah.
a really nice way for them to stay focused and do
Okay.
what they need to do. And I also have Scotch tape. It seems like you always need tape and you just can never find it.
Or you're out of it. So
Or you're
that's
out
a
of
good
it.
idea.
A calculator for doing basic math. A stapler for keeping things together. And then an assortment of binder clips and paper clips.
Okay.
And a little pouch, pencil pouch for anything loose you might need to store. And then a dictionary. All the
Great,
tools you
okay.
need for doing homework.
Sounds great. This would work really well. And this is a perfect size for our house too because we don't have room for anything too big.
We'll be right back after these messages. We've talked about managing paperwork and managing homework and keeping a calendar. Now we're going to talk about snacks and lunches, which is the best part of every school day, right? Snack time and lunchtime.
And stressful for me.
And I know it is. It's a lot to keep up with because none of my kids actually will eat hot lunch, and I don't know why this is, but I have to pack 4 lunches every day, and it's a lot. So what I did to make it easier for myself is I created just like a container, a tray of everything I need to pack lunches.
Can I just have this? This looks amazing. You have everything here. Okay.
We have everything we need. So in my bin, I put obviously baggies are needed. And then some kind of fun things that I put in here is this apple cutter. Kids really like to have their apples sliced like that, and it just makes it really easy.
Those are confusing to me. What are those?
Okay, food always tastes better when it's in a shape.
Oh.
People don't know this. Yes, it does.
Okay.
So I actually have an assortment of cookie cutters that I can use to make sandwiches or fruit or anything that is in the lunch a different shape.
Okay, now I see where I've gone wrong.
As soon as I figure out how to use it on broccoli, I'm sure my kids are going to start eating that. Right?
Might take a while.
Yeah.
Let me think on that one.
And then I've got any cutlery we might need and some napkins. And I like to actually put fun napkins in my lunch bin. So again, anything that makes the lunchbox look a little bit more special really makes kids feel good.
Sure.
I also have these Smarties I throw in once in a while because they are Smarties since they're at school.
My son's favorite, yeah.
And then just some basic jokes or little notes that I will slip into their lunch once in a while.
Okay. What sound do porcupines make when they kiss? Ouch.
That's my lunch station, and it really does make things a lot easier.
Okay.
All right, so let's move on to snacks. I like to keep this container by my back door or whatever door that kids leave to go to school so they can throw a snack into their backpack as they go.
Oh, so they get their own. Because this is the constant, can I have a snack, can I have a snack? And then do you have your snacks for lunch or for school?
They actually just grab their own snack on the way out. So I've got a variety of protein bars here that I like to keep. But one of my favorite things to do is to actually fill these mason jars with different ingredients, and so kids can make their own snack mix. And
Oh, I
this
love
is something
that.
that they could actually do on a Sunday night for almost the whole week, and so that these mixes are ready to go.
Can we make one?
We sure can.
Okay, what do we got here?
All right, so we've got a little bit of granola.
Okay.
Do you want granola in
All
there?
right, I'll hold.
Okay.
Oh, I love granola. Of course I do. Okay.
I love granola too. And you can even, if you're, this is actually store-bought granola, but if you're super ambitious, you could obviously make your own.
Okay.
And then
Store-bought sounds good.
this actually, this is actually a medley of dried fruits.
Oh, okay.
So there's dried mango, dried pineapple, and dried strawberries in there, which I also like a lot. Ooh, those strawberries smell good.
Okay, it does smell actually really good. Is this one for me to go?
Yes, sure.
All right, what else?
And then I've got a salty snack. I've got these pretzels in there, which my kids like a lot. So that is a good one too. And the nice thing about making your own mix is you can pick, and kids really do like to feel in charge of themselves, specifically with food. A lot of times making those choices is something they really like.
So pick your favorite cereal.
Yep.
Okay.
And then actually that's what this is berry flavored Kix is all this is. And I put that in there too. And you've got a perfect little snack.
And healthy.
That's pretty healthy. All right, so that makes snack time easy at our house.
Okay, wow, you've already made this way easier for me, so I feel already great about this.
All right, the last thing we're gonna tackle is actually the daily battle about clothing, which is something that happens, I don't know if it happens at your house, but it happens at my house.
Yes, where are the socks?
Where are the socks? Every morning, where are the socks? So one easy way, obviously, this is all about planning. I mean, everything I'm talking about here isn't necessarily rocket science, but it's just planning things out and it makes your life a lot easier. So the Saturday or Sunday before school, we go through and we pick out what we're going to wear for the week.
All in one shot.
All in one shot. And what's nice about that, first of all, is then when kids are sleepy in the morning, oftentimes it's hard to make a decision on what they want to wear, or you might have something specifically. This is a really great idea. If Wednesday is going to be picture day, be like, every other day you get to choose, but we're going to choose Wednesday together. So you can talk about those things. And then also put in all the socks you need. So the supplies are laid out. I've actually used a drawer for this rather than one of those hanging things that are days of the week.
Yes, which I love because my kids can't actually reach the top of those hanging drawers. We tried that.
Yes, and everybody has to have clothes in their dresser anyways, so you have this drawer. Why not just empty it out and use it for your weekly clothes?
Okay, great. I love that.
So, well, I hope you found this to be helpful.
This is going to make it a lot easier.
For these ideas and more, visit our website. It's as easy as that. We'll be right back after these messages. I'm at Cole's Salon and Spa with Julie, a hairstylist, and you are going to actually help me and solve some problems I have in my life, because I actually always do the ponytail as my go-to hairstyle because it's easy. I'll often style my hair in the morning and then an hour later still throw it up in a ponytail. So you're here to give me some options of different things I can do for different things I do in my life, but also maybe talk to me a little bit about what's trendy right now.
I think the ponytail is definitely the go-to, and the ponytail is absolutely something that we are doing a lot of in a lot of different versions. So something that's easy for yourself when you want to go to do a pony is a twisted pony. It's a simple two-step process of two pieces of hair that you just twist together. It will join together into a ponytail in the back. So it looks a little bit more dressy, like it took a little bit more time, but it has a little bit of character to the sides.
That's nice. A little bit more stylized.
Yep, I'll show you how that works. So what you want to do is you'll just take two sections of your hair and you split them in half. You take the bottom one to the top and then you add a piece of hair to it. The nice thing with this...
Kind of like a French braid, but not, I mean, with the whole grabbing, or no?
It is, but you only have two strands versus three. So doing it yourself, it's much easier than if you have the actual three strands. So then you just take the bottom one to the top, and you continue that all the way till you get to the back. And when you complete that, you have a nice twisted rope that makes your ponytail look a little bit more dressy without having to go through so much work. So at this point, you can put your ponytail holder in and continue to the other side.
Okay, you secure one side, then go to the other, and then put them together.
Yes, exactly. Would you like me to do the complete look? Okay, all right. So with that being said, the thing that you want to do with hair right now, because some of the trends for hair is to have it look very textured, which is also nice for when you're doing your own hair, is not making it too perfect. Because I think people get hung up on it has to be perfect or they don't want to do it.
So that messier look?
Absolutely, the messy look is kind of the big thing.
Which is great for especially busy moms, because a lot of times our days are messy.
Exactly. And then if you're outside and you're at the park or you're, at the beach with the kids, if your hair gets messed up, it still has a look that's complete without looking, too terribly perfect. So there you can see you've got like the twists It adds a little bit of character, and yet it takes about 1 minute to do.
That was easy. It felt easy. I mean, I think I could do that at home.
Yeah.
So let's say I'm lucky enough to get to go out at night. What should I be doing then? What should I look like?
Well, the big trend right now that we're seeing a ton of is center parts.
Okay.
So keeping your part nice and centerized, and then having a lot of different variations of headbands.
Okay.
So many people are used to the typical headband that goes from ear to ear.
Okay.
Gives people headaches, a little bit harder to work with.
Yes.
The headbands now have a little bit more of a circular type construction to them.
Okay.
What's nice is if you can find one that has more of a band to it than the fabric that goes all the way around, as well as some velvet. They actually stick into the hair and they won't move on you and cause it to kind of slip on your head.
Okay.
So there's a couple different things. We'll show you kind of a trendier look that we're seeing a lot of, which some people aren't always comfortable with. And then we'll show you a little bit one that's a little bit more tamed down.
Okay.
So all I'm going to have you do is put your finger up in your forehead and hold this tight.
Okay.
All you do with that is gently pull it down to kind of the round of the head in the back.
Okay.
Then what you do is you grab some hair and you actually fluff it up all the way around the headband to give you more of that bohemian look that you see a ton of. Now with you, I would
Do you
pull
think I'm
this.
too old to be bohemian? Because I might feel.
I don't think you're too old to be bohemian, but what I would do is play around with the type of headband that you wear.
Okay.
So this is a little bit kind of bling and a little bit sassier and kind of, I think, a little bit more gutsy.
Okay.
Might kind of make you feel a little bit uncomfortable. So what you can do is you can take the headband and move it a little bit further back on your head. So with that, we just take this and we're going to start over, and I'm going to have you do the same thing. If you can just hold your finger right there.
Okay.
You just bring this one back again to the back of the head. Make sure you go beyond that occipital bone so that you get that headband not to turn up.
Okay.
And then again, give it a fluff and wear it a little bit further back. Gives you, whoops, not that much fluff. It gives you just a little bit more of a tamed down look with a little bit of bling.
What's interesting is I would think that you would put this all the way under my hair, but it's actually still on top of my hair.
It's still on top of the hair. Some people actually take the bottom of this hair and they will roll that up into that band.
Kind of like an updo.
To put it into an updo, and it's just a basic twist that you twist around that headband piece, and it gives it a little bit more of a fancier look.
Okay.
And you can feel I just tuck that. Could you tell how I was tucking that?
And the elastic will just hold it in.
Yep, if you can see that, just put that. Now, obviously, we're a little bit crazy with that, but you know, we can just tuck some of that, but it gives you more of an updo type look without having to put, again, a ton of time into it.
And messy, like you said. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect.
Everything is messy this year. Everything you're seeing is they're actually taking hair and teasing it and making it kind of have a lot of crazy little pieces.
Okay.
Which is good for the at-home person to do hair. A little bit easier to do yourself. So there's, you know, bands that have the bling to them. There are bands that are a little bit more stone-like.
Like
These
for
are,
every day,
yeah.
probably.
Yep. This gives you just a little bit more of an everyday look.
Okay.
And again, you can do the traditional headband with these, but some people find that gives them a headache sitting behind the ear like that.
Yes.
So that's something that is available to you.
Thank you so much, Julie. It's nice to feel like I can maybe do something a little bit trendy now.
Yeah, you're welcome.
To learn more about what Julie shared with us and all kinds of tips and tricks for at-home hairstyling, visit our website. Family memories and photographs are important to all of us. They talk about our journey and our experiences with friends and families. So I like to actually display my memories in kind of little snippets or bite-sized pieces, because then people can take it all in and remember one specific occasion and really celebrate that occasion. Here are some fun ideas for how to do just that. First of all, this may look like an old bicycle wheel, which is what it is. I picked it up at a thrift store close to my house, and it's about $5. I took off the tubing, and basically then here's a plain wheel. I painted it a bright red, and then simply use clothespins to attach photos. But I also like to, during the holiday season, attach any holiday cards I receive and display them. Another great idea for this wheel is you could create one for each child in your family. So you could hang them in a series on the wall and then put fun little notes or special mementos or photos of that child. You can change it out so easily, and it's always interesting to people who come into your home. One of our family traditions is every year I buy a holiday book, and inside the front cover I write all about our memories from the year, what we did that holiday season, anything special that's happened. What's great about that is now that I've had my family for a while, every year we take the books out, we read the stories. However, the kids love reading about the memories just as much as they love reading the story. So it's a really fun tradition. Now I'm just worried about how they're gonna divvy those books up when they all leave home. So, because there's just one for each year. I also like the idea of creating a memory jar. So if you have someone special in your life or you've taken a special trip, you might come back with your children and each of them could create a memory jar with mementos they have from the trip. Part of the fun of that is actually collecting the things along the way and then creating it, working together as a family to put it all together when you come home. I also love something like this as a centerpiece for tables at a wedding reception. So collecting different mementos of the couple, maybe ticket stubs or pictures from places they've been, things that are special to them, and putting those on each table to really tell the story of the couple that's getting married. We've got this memory game right here, and I love it because it's about memories, but it's also a memory game. So we create people's faces to create the game, or you could make these memory cards even a little bit bigger and put on photographs of different places you've been or experiences you've had, and then simply cut them out, adhere them to a card, and you're ready to go. It's a great little gift for a child, and it's really a way to talk about memories with children and actually help them remember and visualize those things. A fun way to commemorate a milestone birthday like 40 is by making a piece like this. So we made a 4 and a 0 out of envelopes, and then just simply leave papers out for people who come to the party, and they can write special memories on there, or maybe even a well wish, or possibly if it's like an 18th birthday, like a piece of advice. And that way the guests of honor after the party can take those memories out, go over them, take those well wishes out, and really have time to look at them. Another way to use numbers is by creating a picture board in the shape of the special number. So this was actually a piece my friend did for her in-laws' 50th anniversary. It's really a special way to honor a couple. These are just a few of our ideas. To learn more about them, visit our website, but we want to hear from you. We know that you have really great ways of celebrating and remembering your family. Talk to us about that on Facebook. Coming up next week, the cost and style benefits of boutique shopping, and then going to a party? Learn how to make a special gift to bring your host. Finally, learn how to make a delicious and healthy banana smoothie your monkeys will love.